Hello, love. Question, would you like to save time? Or rather, would you like to not waste your life? Yeah, that seems like something we should do. We should not waste time, we should not waste our life, but a lot of us are wasting time and wasting our lives based on the investment bias, which is simple. The more the energy, time, resources, money we've invested into something, the more we think that we should keep going. But there's times when we just need to cut our losses, zooming out, recognize investment bias for what it is, and cut our losses and reclaim our lives. So this is super important because investment bias is one of the most insidious cognitive biases. I was just watching Charlie Munger, billionaire Warren Buffett's Buffettology, on the 25 cognitive biases. Also, where's unconscious marketing? Probably in my backpack. Anyways, 25 cognitive biases. These are subconscious frameworks that control our decision making, and they're oftentimes good and helpful, but sometimes they totally ruin things. And investment bias is one of the worst because we find ourselves in a situation where we've put so much time, energy, money, emotion into a business, into a relationship, into a hobby, into a pursuit, and we've gotten nowhere and we're not going anywhere is the reality. But our brain thinks, well, we've invested. There's a contrast bias as well. What is investing a little bit more? What is investing just a little bit more, right? So what we need to do in these situations is to zoom out and say, okay, ignore how much I've put in. Here's where I am now. Forget how we got here. Here's where we are now. Is this helping me get to where I want to be? Very simple. Recognize investment bias, cut it out, and say, is this helping me get to where I want to be? If the answer is no, whether it's a relationship or it's a business, and this can be hard to do, but the sooner you cut your losses, the more time will be saved, right? Because if you just keep pouring investments into a losing investment, man, that's just going to cost you more and more in the long term. The sooner you tear the Band-Aid, dogs barking, the sooner you tear the Band-Aid, the more time you will save. So this is something I'm working on. Think of one business venture in particular where it's like, I just wanted to keep going because I had put so much in, but it's like, nah, you got to cut my losses. I got to double down on what works, double down on what's moving me towards where I want to be. So I hope you found this helpful. This might suggest that you need to make an upheaval in your life where you need to make some cuts, and if so, I'm not telling you that you should, but I'm telling you you should consider it, and you should consider the danger of investment bias. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? What are you heavily invested in that you should not be? And should you cut your losses? If so, how are you going to do it? It's serious, but it's helpful. So, bam. Subscribe, share with people who find this useful, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Much love.